Hey, it's your boy DK Bones here. Coming with some news from the new Captain America making a list. A lot of people from Disney wasn't hoping it would make. Um, Found this article out of comic book um, comicbookmovie.com, um, talking about the 10 lowest grossing MCU movies at the worldwide box office. And Captain America: Brave New World made this list, and which a lot of people were saying that it wasn't going to do good from all the countless reshoots, basically redoing the movie over again. I didn't waste my time to go and see this movie. I'll wait for it to come out on streaming and I'll maybe check it out. Some of these movies on this list I haven't watched also, so I can't give a opinion on it. I still haven't watched them even though they're on streaming. I just have no interest in something I see as garbage. Um, I mean, if I still had cable and it was on TV randomly, I'd probably watch it. But we have when you stream everything now and you have control of what you can watch, you don't want to waste your time on something that you think is meaningless. Anyways, I'm gonna go over this article, give some opinions on things that I have seen, and critique. Um, I'm gonna give my opinion on their comments on article. I don't agree with everything they say. Um, Article begins with much being said about Captain America: Brave New World underperforming at the box office, retaining a look back at Marvel's 10 lowest grossing movies and whether they deserve better. And some of them didn't deserve better. Some on this list didn't deserve better. Some of them was because it was the start of the MCU and people were filling it out. And also, people don't take in the fact of inflation of the ticket prices compared to then, and that's why they're on this list compared to now. If inflation was the ticket prices were the same as today, a lot of these movies probably do better than some of the other movies. So let's go into the article. It's been a tough few years for Marvel Studios, the expansion to streaming and the pandemic. 2023's Hollywood strikes put a great deal of pressure on the studio and led to some rare critical and commercial disappointments for a franchise that could once do no wrong. Go over that a little bit. The 2023 Hollywood strikes, a lot of people could see that coming, and Disney should have saw that coming, and they should have halted anything they had going planned going forward. Don't force anything. Take your time with these movies. And right now, it seems like Disney's putting out like um, 4 or 5 Marvels movies, or and then you got to add in the TV shows, which is saturating the market, and people don't have time or don't want to spend the money because tickets are expensive to go see this stuff. So you're not going to make good money if people are going to like, well, like myself, I'm just going to wait till it comes out on streaming. Why pay the money, and especially when they're pulling from theaters so quickly. Um, Also, the movies when they first came out, they did take their time making them. You can tell they took their time. They got the right characters. They got the right story. They got the right script for what they were trying to put out. Now it just seems like everything they not just Marvel, but everything in the theaters is rushed, and it's not good. You're just wasting money, um, flushing it down the toilet. Article goes on to say that Marvel Cinematic Universe is in the process of rebounding, but after Captain America: Brave New World underperformed, all eyes on Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four first steps to right the ship. And I don't know. I mean, summertime is different. I think Thunderbolts comes out either next month or May. Normally, when I was growing up, when I was growing up, back in the day, summer hit off was May, like the first week of May. Sometime some people say the end of April. But I don't. I think. I think my personal opinion. I think Fantastic Four should have came out first, um, then Thunderbolts, and then Captain America: Brave New World, um, or Thunderbolts, then Fantastic Four. But they should have. This right here messed it up. I think it's going to mess it up for these two. These two might be actually good movies, but I don't know. I mean, when there been a good Fantastic Four? I mean, the trailer for it looks okay. Still not down with the female Silver Surfer, but I do like what they did with Galactus. I think that's pretty awesome. Um, it also goes on to say in this feature, we're taking a closer look at Marvel Studios' 10 lowest growing films. They're said why did these not reach the same heights as Avengers and Spider-Man: No Way Home? I think this is the last Spider-Man: No Way Home, probably the last MCU movie besides Deadpool, Wolverine that I've seen in the theaters. I don't go to the movies as much as I used to. I might try to start going back this year. I might try to get some of those movie you pay for like a month and you can go watch like 4 or 5 movies. I might try to do that. I think where I'm at in Florida, I think Regal has a really good deal on those. I'm not sure if AMC is still in business in the area I am in. Um, goes on to say they did not deserve to. Reading it wrong. Why did these not reach the heights of Avengers and Spider-Man: No Way Home? Did they deserve to be deemed flops? That's what we're here to explore. All right, so let's get into it. Number 10, they have Ant-Man, which I thought was a decent movie. Actually, I didn't really too much know about Ant-Man. I didn't read any of the comics. I thought it was a fun movie. I think it was you could take your kid to go watch it. To me, you could. Paul Rudd is really good. Michael Douglas. It was a good starter for this character and leading into his role for other things in Marvel. It says at the time it considered a palette cleanser to bridge the gap between Phase 2 and Phase 3, which it was like a filler, and I mean you didn't feel like you were wasting money going to see this. So it's I forgot it came out in 2015. Wow. I think it's better than any of the crap that Marvel's been putting out. Number 9, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumanium, which it deserves to be on this list. I thought it was higher than this. Because say Reed's plan for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumanium was to shed the franchise palette cleanser status with a epic blockbuster meant to lay the groundwork for Kang to be the MCU's new bad. Instead, this Quantum Realm set adventure was largely soulless and affair. Yeah, they had too much going on, and I think they destroyed some good characters. I think it was rushed. It felt like it was really, really rushed. There was like too much going on. Too much. They said it could be blamed partially on a volume technology, but also inability as a filmmaker to tell stories on this scale. Yeah, it was a mess. It was all over the place. Jonathan Major was a highlight, but negative word of mouth didn't equal. Was a rare rotten misfire. I don't remember if the the Majors thing came out after this, I believe, and they scrapped Kang down the road. But yeah, this was just I don't even know why. To me, I don't even know why they even made this movie. It seemed pointless. You got Thor at number 8, which I thought was a decent movie, decent storytelling. I like Ragnarok the best out of all the Thors, but this wasn't too bad. Marvel Studios was still in the infancy of 2011, Kevin Feige took a big gamble giving the God of Thunder his own movie with Thor. Chris Hemsworth and Tom Hiddleston were relatively unknowns at the time, but Natalie Portman and Anthony Hopkins lent in some credibility. Actually, I thought it was decent. It was way better than some of the other crap um, Disney put out. The new Doctor Strange was crap. The Marvels was stupid. Um, what else? They put out so much garbage stuff on TV. Agatha Long. Um, the list just keeps going on and on. And if they could rate how much those shows make made or lost the studio, they should make a list for that. But I thought Thor was a decent movie. Number 9 is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. I thought this was a movie that another pointless movie they put in the theaters. I thought this was something they could have put on TV, and not trying to get all into the race thing or anything. But I think they made this movie because of China. Disney has a lot of money involved in China. China dictates a lot what goes on in Disney, and I think they pushed this movie because of that. It wasn't. It was something I watched at home. It wasn't like super bad, but it wasn't like, oh wow, I want to go to the theaters. I waited for this to come out on stream and I watched it on my couch. Goes on to say Shang-Chi and the Legends of the Ten Rings were released in the closing months of the pandemic, so it was always going to struggle at the box office, which probably is true. Had the world not been in turmoil, we could at least imagine it making it twice as much as the above number. That might be true. It might be true, but I think Disney was losing its. They were losing their fans. Number 6, Eternals, which I haven't seen. I didn't want to see because of all the controversy that was going on with this movie. Some people say it was all right, but from what I understand, it wasn't that great of a movie. I thought they said it was lackluster, boring, and pointless, like some of the other movies on this list. It came out during the pandemic, also. Says Eternals also underperformed, but Eternals also underperformed, but might have always fancied its fair share of struggles at the box office. After all, it holds the dubious honor of being Marvel Studios' first rotten movie. Still, we argue critics didn't give this one a fair shake. It was on a freaking they put it on the rotten because it was a bad movie, from what I understand. And I still won't go see this, even though I love a lot of the actors in this movie, especially Salma Hayek and Angelina Jolie. I think they're beautiful women, but I had no interest in watching. Still not gonna watch this crap. Number 5, which I did watch because I love Scarlett Johansson, but it was. I'm not gonna read what they wrote, but I think it was and there was a lot of controversy from what I understand with Johansson. I think this was around the pandemic too, and Disney, because they pushed it to Disney Plus, and I think she had a lawsuit against them when they did that, and it just didn't do well because I think it was like half in theaters and half on Disney and on Disney Plus or something like that. It was just had bad juju going, and I think Disney did this on purpose, and that's why she filed that lawsuit with them. Number 4, the latest Marvel movie, Captain America: Brave New World, which I think is stupid. Well, it looks stupid. It just looks like it was. From what I understand, it had a lot of things that didn't make sense in this movie from people that I watched on streaming and people word of mouth. I know personally. Captain America's Brave New World's box office run is not quite done yet. I think it's basically done. I think it's run its course. It's been out since what President's Day weekend, I believe. I think it came out. Yeah, it came out Valentine's Day weekend. So it's been a month. Been a month, and it's not doing well at all. Um, I think it's gonna end up between the Eternals and Shang-Chi. I don't know. I don't see it. I don't know how much did it make. Probably a pass Black Widow. Yeah, that may be right. So exclusive reshoots. This is important because before they were saying they didn't spend a lot to reshoot this movie. Exclusive reshoots, changing everything from the separate society to the leader's appearance, sent the budget rocketing to upwards of $300 million. That means Marvel Studios won't even break even, and this wasn't a strong start for Sam Wilson's. I think this is over for Sam Wilson's being, having a solo movie as Captain America. I mean, not once they change direction on what they're going to do with him, but I believe he shouldn't have been Captain America. What they did with Captain America was stupid in the first place. And that was idiotic. Like either you're gonna have what's name just go away and leave Captain America be and keep Falcon. And I had a lot of people were saying Winter Soldier should have been the next Captain America. No, just leave Winter Soldier, and then it's done, man. Not unless Captain America and the girl he's with had a kid and he becomes the next Captain America. But they race swapped Captain America and thought everybody was gonna be okay with. Fans don't like that crap. Stop doing it. Next one on the list is Captain America: First Avenger. Talks about this. This was like one of the first MCU movies, so of course it's not going to, inflation-wise, this number would have probably been better than some of the other ones on this list. But I thought this movie was decent. It wasn't my favorite Marvel movie, but the plot, it got me interested. This is when I was going to movies a lot. It kept your interest, and I thought they did a really good job. Number two, The Hulk, which I didn't think it was a bad movie, but all the drama that even says in the article, Incredible Hulk was plagued with issues behind the scenes, and while it didn't necessarily come close to derailing the MCU, it might have had Iron Man not soared. Marvel Studios has attempted to revise this movie with mixed success. I don't know. Any Hulk solo movie really doesn't do that well. They always have to have like another superhero with them. But I didn't think this was a bad movie. I thought it was good. And number one on the list, everybody's favorite, The Marvels. The Marvels. It looks like a DC, a Disney Channel Saturday afternoon show or something. It looks really bad. It looked the freaking marketing, everything just looked bad with this, and she didn't do Captain Marvel any justice by her antics when she was on the sets with other actors when she first made the first Captain Marvel, which, in my opinion, wouldn't have done well if it wasn't for Infinity Wars and all the Black Panther that came out that same year, I believe, helped this movie. It's still hard. It's still a little hard to believe that Marvel's flopped as badly as it did in 20. No, it's not hard to believe. Everybody saw that coming. Nobody wanted that. Captain Marvel had grossed over 1.1 billion 4 years ago, and Mrs. Marvel and WandaVision received rare reviews. Captain Marvel, and MCU couldn't do no wrong. I mean, you could put any one of these movies in between like Infinity Wars and Black Panther back then, and it probably would have made a lot of money because people were just going to go see any Marvel movie because they knew what was leading up to Infinity Wars and Endgame. Article goes on to say, well, the marketing campaign sucked and felt a lot like a TV movie. Yeah, it looked like a TV movie. It also relied perhaps a little too heavily on people being up to date with the Disney Plus shows. Yep, they had too many shows. I can't name them all, but they they should have did one or two shows a year and put out one or two movies a year. They're trying to rush for what I don't. I mean, King the Conqueror, but it seemed like they were rushing everything. And then they could have separated the Disney shows and not even mention the MCU. You could just make some shows and say, hey, you don't have to watch these shows to understand um, what's going on in this movie. And a lot of movies um, could be their standalone for MCU. I believe that when MCU first started, they could have been their own standalone movies without relying on you watching other movies. So did it deserve better? No, no, it got what it deserved. Um, and that is comic book movie.com's 10 lowest grossing movies worldwide box office. Box office. Anyways, that's my take. That's on their article. I'll leave the link for this article below. Please follow all my channels on Rumble, YouTube, and Twitter. And I will be hitting you guys up with the next one.